Welcome everyone to That Nintendo Show. We just got done watching the Nintendo Direct Partner Showcase that aired today. I am joined by some very special guests, hosts of the Pixelmen Podcast. We have Richard.
Do I need to speak? Hello.
Hello. And Chase.
Hello, hello.
This is it's a Next Gen Newsweek reunion episode, just because this is the cast, and also I guess it's the same thing whenever I join you guys, but still. Anyway, thank you for joining me for this. We're gonna just quickly breeze through this direct and get our first impressions and everything, because we got to wrap it up in time because there's something better happening in about 30 minutes, which is the Elden Ring ELC trailer. So I want to make sure everyone's freed up here so we can go.
Hopefully that'll be live on all platforms, and there won't be any hang-ups.
There's already a link. There's already a link up for that.
Oh, is there? Well, that's
yes.
That's perfect. Okay, so we just got about 25 minutes of game reveals, or just reapplying that they're still coming to the Nintendo Switch. Before I just kind of go through this list like I usually do, just kind of get first impressions. Like, how do you guys feel about this direct? What was like a game that stood out to you as like the best thing that they showed today?
Oh, I'll say, just them not having a link up was like off-putting at first, for sure. I was like, everyone was like, wait, I was like, where do we go to watch this? And it just because it just wasn't there. I think, but they did announce a lot of games. There were a lot of cool games. Yeah, Pepper Grinder, I think, was probably my number one. I've been looking forward to that one for a while, so I'm glad to see a little bit more gameplay of that. So
interesting that game had already been announced, because I've never seen it before. So today was like, whoa, this game looks cool.
Yeah.
So I had something cool to look forward to. What about you, Richard?
I thought there was a lot of really cool stuff, and I'll say that I had to watch the stream. I didn't watch it on Twitter. I actually found a YouTuber, Saz or something like that. He was live streaming it, so there was chat open on the other side. And I'm gonna have to say that I thought I was like a real bitter gamer, like on the podcast, even Next Gen. It was like I never really got excited for anything. And I mean, I don't think there was anything mind blowing in this direct, but I think it was a lot of good stuff. But when I read the comments, at least his followers, they trashed the entire direct, and I was just like, my gosh, what does it take to please you people? So I don't feel bad about my attitude anymore. I feel like I'm more enthusiastic now.
Yeah.
So
I think a lot of people just trash things just to trash things.
Especially they closed on that endless ocean. Was that? I want to get the title right.
Yeah.
See, I mean, I don't know. Maybe I'm just that boring where something like that is really appealing to me. But my gosh, they really trashed that. And maybe they shouldn't have closed on that. But I mean, I don't know. I thought it was a good direct.
I mean, yeah, that's kind of my thing with it is that shouldn't have probably been like the closer. Like, if you're gonna come up and say, hey, we got 2 new games or 2 final things to show off, and one of them is games that are now published by Microsoft are coming to Nintendo Switch Online, and Endless Ocean, which did leak like 2 days ago, and it's like, yeah, okay, we already knew this was coming. And it's like, yeah, and it's just a game where you swim, and it's a remaster of a Wii game. So it's just like, well, okay, it's not the banger that I think that they were expecting that to be. But go ahead.
I was like, Mitch, are you excited about the South Park Snow Day?
We'll come back.
You're the first person I thought of when it first popped up. I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah. We'll come back around to it. I think that this direct would have been a lot better had literally all the major announcements not somehow get leaked out one way or the other. Like, just to go through the ones that got leaked was the Shin Megami Tensei Vengeance, Grounded, Pentiment, Endless Ocean. I mean, they were all like, if you want to ask me like what I think of like the major games that got announced, it was those. And like Pocket Card Jockey got leaked, which is not like a game I think most people have even played, but it's like they all got leaked, so there's nothing to be excited for because you already know it's coming. Which is like, when I was talking about how I watched the direct, was like I started watching a YouTuber like Richard did, and then as soon as it got posted on YouTube, I just downloaded it and just scrubbed through the whole thing. Just saved me some time because it was like I already knew what half of this stuff was. But either way, it's fine. Yeah, so we'll come back around to the South Park thing. This kind of, I'm just gonna quickly go through all these. Grounded, coming out April 16th. Again, we've known about it for like a week that it was going to be coming to Nintendo Switch. It actually doesn't look like it's going to run like butt. So we'll see, though. It is an online game. I think the one that I thought you guys would like the most, and I kind of looked like, was Ender Magnolia Bloom in the Mist, which is like a Castlevania.
So I played, I played Ender Lilies not too long ago, and it was just kind of like okay, like it wasn't great, but it wasn't bad.
Gotcha.
So this like a sequel to that or something.
Okay, it looked like your typical like Castlevania looking 2D game, and then like it seems like it switches to like anime cutscenes, which depends on how you feel about anime, but at least the cutscenes just looked really good whether you like anime or not. So
it's kind of hard to get away from it. Even Castlevania before it, I don't know how Castlevania exists right now, but when it was still in the hands of Igo, how do you say Igo? Iga. I'm gonna say Iga. Sorry if that's offensive. I don't know how to pronounce it. You know, even when it was in his hands towards the very end, it went towards a more like Saturday morning anime cartoon style thing. So yeah, if you don't like anime, you kind of gotta just
deal with it.
Just go with it. It's there.
The next was a Ranger, which is something, again, it might have been announced before. It's the first time I got to see it, and it's a puzzle RPG game, which is something I've never really played with much. But it looked very interesting, and I want to check this one out for sure. This was definitely like one of the few games that I was like, yeah, this is something that I definitely want to play. Unicorn Overlord, we've already known about this game. It's coming out on March 8th. There's a demo out today. If it's your cup of tea, it is not my cup of tea. So
I thought it looked pretty amazing. I liked when it went into like I don't know if you'd call it like almost like a storybook style rendering for some of the battle scenes. I dig that.
That's coming to other platforms as well.
I tell you, I hate the title.
Oh yeah, title's stupid.
Yeah.
But it looks awesome.
Yeah. We're about to get into like there's a lot of games that are getting like remastered or like ports to the Switch. So there's kind of like a big string of them coming up. Starting off with Monster Hunter Stories, which was a 3DS game. Pretty much it's the exact same game, just upscale, and they added voice acting to it. So if you've already played it and it's like, I want to play it again because now all the characters are voiced, this is a game totally for you. But I guarantee you they're going to charge way too much for this game just because they added voice acting to it.
I never played it, and I'm down. It looks awesome.
This is probably the type of Monster Hunter game that I would actually like. So I'm totally worth giving it a shot as long as it's not like a $60 game. What looked cool though, and I've always known this existed and never played it, was Epic Mickey. And Epic Mickey rebrushed. Like graphics look incredible. Again, it's like if we're at that point in the Switch life cycle where I have to like see a game and like see somebody playing it to see how it runs before I will attempt to purchase a game. Because if it's gonna run at like 15 frames per second, I'm out. Speaking of though, Shin Megami Tensei Vengeance comes out on June 21st. As I said in my video the other day, I talked about this, it is coming to other platforms. So if you have access to a PlayStation, an Xbox, a computer, anything that's more powerful than Nintendo Switch, and you're interested in playing a rated M Pokemon game, that is where you buy this.
Yeah,
it's a good game. I own SMT5, like the main game on the Switch, and it's fine if that's all you have access to. But I stopped playing it because I had heard that they were going to be releasing it on PlayStation. I was like, this is where I want to play that.
Right.
So I'm a bit behind. When it releases on other consoles, is it the original game and this one like as a DLC?
Yes, it's like a combo pack.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. So I want to see like I'm sure at some point today a trailer for like the PlayStation or Xbox version is going to pop up on YouTube, and I
think it's already there, but we didn't have time to.
Oh yeah, so definitely want to check that out. Star Wars Battlefront Classic Collection. Looks cool. Looks like an original Xbox PS1 or /2 looking games, but they're there.
Well, that's what it
coming
was
out.
made for, though. So.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
that's, and the Switch is just as powerful. So, I mean, that makes sense.
Yeah. And to be fair, I actually really like those too, though. So, I mean, I think if you're a Star Wars purist, that's probably sort of big, I guess. It gives you something current you can access it with. Absolutely.
And then back to South Park Snow Day. I'm a big South Park fan. Richard was right. Like, talking to like, Mitch is the guy that needs to check this one out, and I will. It's only like $40. It's not like a full price game. I hate seeing South Park characters in 3D. They do not look right at all. Like, South Park: The Stick of Truth and the Fractured Butthole got it right. And I know that this concept wouldn't have worked on like a 2D plane like those games were. But man, I don't like seeing South Park characters with 3 dimensions. They just don't look right. I will try it out. I'm hoping the gameplay loop is fun with it, because right now it just seems like it's like just snowball fighting, and then people pull out weapons and stuff, which is cool because they made a whole episode about them just getting weapons, and it was one of the best episodes of all time. So we'll see. A game that I might be interested in, but I'll have to see more of it, is Sword Art Online Fractured Daydream. I really like the SAO anime. So I'm totally invested in that franchise, but the ones that I've played so far have not been good. So and then you tell me that this game can support up to 20 players online, and I'm immediately scared to see like how this runs on the Switch.
Yeah.
20 players, big monster, all of a sudden, like, the Switch is like, it has hiccups.
Yeah, it starts smoking. Like, yeah, it's on fire. What did you guys think about Gundam Breaker? I'm not a big Gundam guy. Is that something y'all are interested in?
Not a big Gundam guy, but it looks cool.
I think the premise looks cool. I used to like to build those models when I was a kid, so I kind of like the idea of like collecting parts and making your own. But like, I've never watched that anime. I couldn't even tell you what it's about, other than it's dudes and robots fighting. But I kind of like the premise of it. It's probably not for me.
Well, if it is for you, it is coming out in 2024. Everything here was, other than like one game or maybe 2, it's all coming out within the first half of 2024, according to Nintendo. I'm gonna see if we'll hold them to that though. Super Monkey Ball Banana Rumble, brand new Super Monkey Ball game. It's exclusive to the Switch. 4-player local co-op, or up to 16 players online in like their own version of Fall Guys. Looks like Super Monkey Ball. Like, the guy that I was watching on YouTube during this, he's like, I swear to God, this game's already come out.
Yeah.
Because I mean,
they released a lot of those Monkey Ball games, and they just re-released a bunch of the old ones, and yeah. So I guess and they don't look any different.
No, they all look the same. I think the last one they did had like Sonic characters you could put inside the monkey balls.
Yeah.
That's a weird sentence. Oh man. Okay. World of Goo 2, a sequel that's like 15 years in the making. It is a console exclusive, coming out on May 23rd. I remember playing the first World of Goo. It was one of like the first games I ever had, or one of them, for the Wii. And it wasn't terrible, but also wasn't something I was just like, man, I gotta sit down and play this. So we'll see how that goes. And then Fantasy Life, the gal or girl that steals time, coming out October 10th. Richard, I think was this the crafting survival game that you were picking on me about?
Yeah. Well, I mean, any survival craft.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of games that have tree.
Oh, sorry, somebody tried to call me. Lost me there. I like the first one, other than it was a bit anticlimactic. It built up to this awesome battle that you get to, and it's kind of like, fighting's wrong. So I hope there's no messaging like that in there. But yeah, I love a good crafter. I'll go punch a tree right now.
Go outside and punch your own trees. Get some use out of it. Okay, couple of big ones. I guess to round it off, another Crab's Treasure coming out April 25th. This is totally a game I see myself spending a lot of time in. It looks fun.
Yeah.
The premise is silly. You're just a crab trying to find its shell, and you'll find anything else to use as a shell along the way. I'm pretty sure this game's already come out though on other stuff, right? Because I swear
don't think it had. I mean, they've shown it before, but it's not out yet.
Okay, maybe that's what it is. But yeah, anyway, looks cool. Penny's Big Breakaway. I can't remember who they said that the developer team has worked on something else, but this is their first original game.
One of the Sonic games, I believe.
Sonic Mania, that's what it was. Okay, so yeah, so this is kind of like their Balan Wonderworld. If you want to keep that comparison with who was the guy who made Sonic stuff, he went to go make Balan Wonderworld. But anyway, it releases today. I don't think there's a price out for it. I would imagine it's like a $40 or $50 game though. And I said big stuff, but I forgot that they also announced that Suika game, which I've heard of, never played. It's like a puzzler type game, but you have to pay if you want to play it online with other people starting today. So worst case scenario for paid DLC is to make it to where a feature that should be free is now available to you can play games with people online. On top of already having to pay for a Nintendo Switch Online membership. So that's that's a thing. But I'm sure that game's probably like $5. No big deal.
I don't see that catching on.
I hope not. I hope not. Which is not the first time I've seen it, because I'm pretty sure like there was some kind of Tetris or Puyo Puyo Tetris or something that came out at the beginning of the Switch's life cycle that had something similar to that. It was like you had to pay $20 and here you get this expansion, and in the expansion was the online component. Like you couldn't just play the game online. It was kind of stupid. And then the cool one, Pepper Grinder, looks awesome. Demo's out today. I forgot to write down the release date, but I'm pretty sure it's in March or April, so you don't have to wait too long before you get to check this one out. Super excited.
Yeah.
Pocket Card Jockey, which is a 3DS game made by Game Freak, the guy that was kept leaking shit.
No.
No, it's not made by Game Freak, or
no,
I'm not
like,
playing it.
Not even. I mean, that's like something that like your 4-year-old downloads onto your iPhone and messes with. That's
well. So here's the way that this game has worked is it released on 3DS and then it released on Apple Arcade. So technically, you could play this on your phone.
Bam! There you go. Exactly. That is
then,
a pretty mobile game, is what that is.
Now it's coming to Switch. Yeah, the guy that like correctly leaked all the stuff with this, he was like, "Hey, got a question. Is Game Freak considered a partner for Nintendo?" And everyone like collectively lost their minds online. Was like, "Oh my God, they're gonna announce Pokemon games!" Like, no, they're gonna announce something silly like this. And there it is. They did do a little highlight reel, just showing off some other stuff. I didn't write down every single game in that. I did remember seeing Kingdom Come Deliverance was coming. It looks kind of bad, so whatever. Again, it's one of those things where like if the Switch is your only platform, then let's talk about it. But if you have access to a PlayStation or Xbox, it's hard to justify buying the Switch version unless you just really want to take it on the road with you. But the one that I also wrote down was Pentiment. It's another one of the Xbox games that we were talking about. Coming out tomorrow. No price release for that. And then the round off the show, back just to bring it full circle, Xbox games that are coming to Nintendo Switch, or I guess Xbox IPs coming to Nintendo Switch. We have the original Killer Instinct, which is cool. I like the Xbox One version that came out. Snake Rattle and Roll, never played it. RC Pro AM, Battletoads, Battle Maniacs, and Blast Corps. Did y'all ever play any of these games growing up?
Big Killer Instinct when while growing up.
Hell yeah.
Well, I'm old as hell, so I loved RC Pro Am.
I think I remember playing it, but yeah, I can't remember.
I was
So
jamming on that when I was 5.
is Battletoads Battle Maniacs? Is that just the original Battletoads, or was that like a sequel?
It's definitely a sequel.
Yeah,
Okay.
the sequel.
I can't remember if the first one was just called Battletoads. Because I played the original Battletoads, but never played Battle Maniacs. And then I feel like I've heard our friend Steven talk about Blastcore before, but I don't know for sure, and he's not here to ask him. And then again, Endless Ocean Luminous coming out on May 2nd. If you like peaceful games that probably cost too much money. But yeah, that was it. Next week, we've got a Pokemon Presents, now a rumored main Nintendo Direct in April. We'll see how that goes. But any lasting thoughts before we hop off of here to go watch 3 minutes of glorious Elden Ring trailer?
Wait, did we talk about Arrangement? Was that the name of the game? The little slide puzzle RPG?
Yeah, we did.
Thing? Oh, I'm sorry, I missed that. I'm into that. All right, that's what I'll close with. That looked pretty awesome.
Yeah, that and Pepper Grinder, and there was another one. I'm trying to think of the other game that it was. And SMT and Epic Mickey. Those were like my highlights of the show. Of stuff that like I hadn't like seen in front of my face before. Like, I mean, I played SMT, but seeing like the DLC, and then now getting ready to go watch the next gen console version of that trailer is exciting. But any closing remarks? Anything else you wanted to talk about from this before we wrap up?
Mother 3 will be on the Japanese version of the Nintendo Switch Online, but other than that, yeah.
Wait, really?
But it's in Japanese.
I don't care. It's Mother 3's coming to NSO. That's gonna get some people really riled up because there's been a cult following for Mother 3 to get localized for 20 years, if not more.
Right.
But you can get a Japanese Nintendo Switch account on your US Switch and go play Mother 3 if you choose to. You might have to learn Japanese or get that Duolingo owl to like sit on the chair next to you. But you can make it happen. Richard, any closing remarks?
No. Way to go, Nintendo. Another. It wasn't a great one, but it was a good one.
I'll agree with that.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of stuff that's probably catering to a lot of people here, and I'm not every person, so that makes sense. But anyway, thank you, Richard. Thank you, Chase, for joining me. We'll have you on the show again soon. Make sure you subscribe to the channel so we can follow the upcoming Nintendo stuff as it happens, and we'll see you next week for Pokemon Presents, and then we'll go from there. Have a good week.